Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Michaela Peters, or Michaela Peters as they call me here in Finland. I got a question from somebody asking about what are my 5 favorite things about Finland, and I kind of usually have this period in the morning where I wake up around 7 a.m. because it's really bright, and then I'm like, go back to sleep. You've only been asleep for like 5 hours. Well, that's what happened this morning. And then I thought about 5 things that I really like about Finland, and now I'm going to try to recall them because it was so long ago at this point. But basically, number 1 is nature. And I really like nature in general. Like, actually, I have such a renewed sense of appreciation for New Jersey, where I grew up in the US, because we have really nice nature. I live near the beach when I'm there. I grew up like 10 minutes from the beach most of my life, and I like going to the beach. But we also have such beautiful county parks where I live, and there was one park I used to run in every day that was next to the community college where I was studying. And honestly, I did not find a place I loved running as much as I did there until I moved to Lappeenranta and started running on the Rantadraiti. So I really have like this very strong emotional connection with the Rantadraiti, and I'm like, if my soulmate was a place, it would be the Rantadraiti Trail. So there's that. Number 2 is pace of life. So this is very ironic because, I come from somewhere that has a very high pace of life, probably arguably one of the highest paces of life in the US, aside from like China or like some Asian country where they work even more than Americans. Sounds dreadful. I always just say I'm lucky at least I wasn't born in Asia. It could have been worse, because I just feel like, growing up in the US was so stressful, and it's not something like I particularly appreciated about how I grew up, but it is what it is. So I just appreciate that people are not like constantly trying to rush things here. That's really great. I think like the biggest thing, with what I'm going through right now is the medical staff, and like, how they really care about you, and they're not just like, good, everything's good, okay, leave, take your money. Here it's very like, they actually like want to help you, and I appreciate that a lot. But it was a really weird culture shock, going to the doctors in the US and then going to the doctors in Finland, and then being like, wow, it's like such a different experience, because, I did receive like medical treatment for being pregnant both here and in the US, although primarily here, I would say. Yeah, so there's that. Okay, so nature, pace of life. Number 3 is going to be lack of stimulation. So what do I mean by that? Finland is just not very densely populated. There really aren't a lot of people. I just feel like there's not a lot going on all the time, and this is something that most people find very unappealing, and especially if they come from a denser area, it's a lot to adjust to. For me, this was like what I've been searching for my whole life. Like it's literally one of my favorite parts, and like I love it so much, and it just makes me feel calm and like less stressed out, because I feel like I already get stressed out within myself. I don't need my environment putting that on me also. Number 4, I'm going to say, is relationships and having deeper, more meaningful connections with people. Even though this has been a double-edged sword in some ways, because it doesn't always work out when you get that close to people, I've appreciated having the privilege and opportunity to actually like have enough time to like get to know people and have stronger relationships with people outside my immediate family, which is generally not something I have much time for in the US. So, this has been cool, although it's come with its own heartbreaks, challenges, and setbacks. It is something that I think overall I've appreciated and I thought was pretty cool about living in Finland. And then number 5, in general, I would say, is that I really appreciate the authenticity of Finnish people. So I just feel like Finnish people are very genuine. Like they're just very honest, and there's just something about like this kind of person in general that really I find attractive, even though it's like I do, network a lot and have a lot of friends who belong to the international community, and I don't directly have as many Finnish friends. In general, I just do enjoy interacting with Finnish people a lot, even just in my day-to-day interactions, like going to the store and stuff like that. I know Finnish people like probably don't always appreciate the fact that I'm foreign and have terrible Finnish, which I've been like trying to order at places in Finnish recently, and I can tell sometimes they're just like, okay, speak English, because it's like very like, what is she saying? Yeah. Oh, and then, so those are five things, but if there was going to be a sixth thing, I would say sauna. Because, sauna is great. It's good for your immune system. I think it's fun. I'm trying to go to sauna today. Maybe my last sauna for a while, if we're being honest. But, like, it's such a fun activity, and you can do it at any time of year, and it's relaxing, and it's good for you, and it's fun. So, yeah. Okay, that's going to be everything for today. I'm going to keep trying to put stuff out here until the big day comes, at which point I'm going to disappear. And thank you again for your support of this channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I mean, really, like, if you don't mind subscribing, that'd be helpful, because I'd like to monetize this one at some point too. We'll see how it goes. So yes, thank you again. And if you have more questions about life in Finland as a foreigner, please feel free to ask them in the comments below, because that was a really good question, and I'll try to keep drawing inspiration from them. All right. Yeah. And then maybe there was something more about like the Finnish medical system and what it was like receiving care in Finland. I can make a video about that. Let me know if that's of interest. All right. Thank you. And until next time, bye.